And welcome back here to the Highlanders preseason show for men's basketball on the Highlander Sports Network. I'm Matt Provence, and with me is a senior star on the men's basketball team in San Antonio, Brinson. Seems like forever since I've seen you on the court with a basketball in your hands, but it is good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I don't know what you guys, how you can get through this and keep a positive focus all the time, but you're going to have to. You're playing already to start the season Saturday against Temple. But what's been the hardest thing for you as a senior going into your senior year with a new conference to have to deal with the current pandemic and the situation we've been in?
Exactly what you said, just dealing with it, like having so much fire and passion for this game. Like been ready for months now, just ready to get it off start. And if everything was up to normal right now, we'd be like 10 games in. You know what I'm saying? We already have a rhythm. We already have things going and know how things are going to play out, kind of in our mind, and know what we expect to happen. But yeah, like that's just been the biggest thing, is just dealing with everything and trying to stay mentally focused, because that's easy to lose mental focus once you just like haven't played in a while. So it's been a trouble just staying focused, just trying to stay focused and stay ready mentally.
Do you feel like you might come into the game overly amped because you finally do get to play some basketball against another team in a meaningful situation?
Yeah, I can see that happening. I can see that that's just on both sides, because this being our first game, that both teams will come in with a lot of energy and passion and may try to do things, you know what I'm saying, hit home runs and try to make up for lost time and stuff. But I think once we get in the flow of things, that after the first couple of minutes, we'll settle down and realize what's going on and how we want to play, and everybody will let the jitters out or let the habits out and just calm down and play their game how they're supposed to.
Yeah, Zach Cooks was on with us in the last episode. I think he said kind of the same thing. He feels the same way. But for both of you guys, I mean, it's a big year. It's your last chance, at least as a collegiate player. Hopefully, you go on and play professionally. But right now, in the moment, is a new conference, a good team, a young team, but a good team, and a chance maybe to make some noise in March. What are you seeing? What's the pulse from your eyes on how this team is starting to gel again with all the new pieces, a couple transfers, and of course, talented freshmen?
With time being cut short due to missing out on like summer and early workouts and things, I feel like we've came a long way. I feel like this, as much as this extra hurt, it also helped, because it gave us more time to gel and let the new players learn the plays and mix up different groups and see how each other play with each other. And I feel like that when we touch the court on Saturday, it'll everything that we've been working on these past couple months will show, because everybody's paying attention well. Everybody's figuring out their role, understanding what coach wants from each individual and us as a team, and everybody's buying in.
I know I asked you this in the summer during the lockdown, but what is it for you now? You're a chance to take a next step. You've had some huge games. Then there's some games that just you didn't get into the flow right away for whatever the reason. This is your last chance. You've had a chance now to get to the court as a senior and start working things out. Where are you with where you want to be, both physically on the court and mentally, as a guy that could have a really big year here for NJIT?
Um, Physically, know what I'm saying, due to a couple of bad quarantines, you know what I'm saying. Physically, I still think I'm ready and where I want to be as far as how I should expect to start my senior season. I still have light years to go to make that next leap that I want to make, but it's a process, and I think I will reach that come mid-season, late season. I think I will reach that, but mentally, I'm dialed in mentally. Mentally, I know what the team expects from me. I know what the coaches expect from me. I know what I expect from myself and what I mean to my team, and how I can help my team play at its top level. And that just be me being attack mode, aggressive, that captain that the team has and needs. Like with Zach Cooks, he needs help being the leader role. And I feel like I really stepped in well this year in this off season and help it come out of him more, and then help it come out of myself as well.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's the North Florida San Antonio, as we can call it, which we want to see a whole lot of and expect to. Not to put any extra weight on your shoulders. Now, it's interesting. I want to ask you about a couple of guys, and I asked this to Zach the other night, but Suleiman Diakite being a fellow front court member with you, really developed a lot during the second half of last year. I want to ask you first about his development. We'll get back and ask you about Kel, who is coming back from a serious injury and can be a big part of the front court as well. But talk about Suleiman. Do you see even another level of growth now that he's been able to be the man down the stretch in some games?
With Suleiman, you know that you have a smart kid in front of you. So whatever task you ask of him, he understands how to get it done. Now with Sul, the development that I saw is him actually getting it done, being that aggressive down low post player. Go ahead and one-on-one making your move when you have it, because that's going to be vital for him. Having that back to the basket inside presence will open up everything for guards and myself, being that I can do both. It'll help me and himself the next level, keep to that next level that he wants to get to. And like every day he's working hard, leading the bigs, bringing the energy, taking in what we're telling him. So he's made a very, very big leap from last year, and I think he will have a good season this year, a real good season, double-double type of season this year. I can see that from him.
Yeah, he had some amazing stretches with the double-double and just the counting statistics that really helped us as a program. Now, I asked you about Kel DeGraff because, he was a guy that was a different type of player, obviously, than Suleiman, maybe a little bit more like you in the fact that he can play away from the basket, shoot from outside. How's his knee holding up? How is he developing in the role that he should be able to perform for this team this year?
First, I want to say that we missed Kel a lot last year, late in the season. He would have been a great help for us, but to see the work that he's made and the process that he's made over the time from his knee injury to now, I would say he's making his way back. You know what I'm saying? Just certain things have to come back to him. Is his comfortable level of play, being more confident with his jump shot, understanding that you still can play. It was just a minor setback for a major comeback. That's what I try to get him to understand. And he's working hard every day and trying to understand and trying to learn every day and get himself back to where he was, because I know he wants to play this game. I know he loves this game. But like I tell him, it takes time. With a big injury like that, some folks don't get this blessing that you got to come back. So just, what I'm saying, it takes time, and I hope he takes advantage of it.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll have you put on your coaching hat for a minute. Again, a question I talked with Zach about, but what are you seeing from the newcomers? Is there a guy that stands out as going to be a major player in the success of the Highlanders?
I mean, all of them stand out in their own different way. They all bring something different. And score, a very good score, high level score. He knows how to put the ball in the hole, and I think that'll help. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's off bench or as a starter, that's not my call, but I think wherever he fits in, he will come in and he will definitely bring a scoring presence. Makai, freak athlete, very athletic. Reminds me of myself when I was younger. Like when I first came in, being that slasher force, knocking down open shots when you get the chance, playing with a lot of energy. I think his ceiling is high for his years to come. And also with Miles, he brings in it's a very unorthodox game. Me personally have to guard him every day, which is hard to stop because he's very good with his feet, very good footwork, makes a lot of shakes and fakes, know how to get the person in the pass. He's a real good all-around player. And then with Antoine, he's very, very smart player, point guard. I feel like he would like remind me a lot of Shy in the way of running the team, how the team wants to be run. He's understanding what coach is giving him. He's a very smart player, crafty, know how to get people in control of the pace. So I think everybody bring their own special thing to the team this year as far as the newcomers.
All right, I want to wrap things up a little bit, but it's funny, I see put your coaching hat on. You've been here, you've seen this coaching staff, and it's a hardworking group, and they have so much passion for the game, Brian Kennedy and his assistant coaches. But how about what they've been through? We've talked about what you've gone through as players. What's been the most impressive thing with how they've been able, in your eyes, to react to the obstacles thrown their way in 2020?
Kind of the same thing, just dealing with it. I know it's a toll on them having a family away from us, and also us as a family that they have to take care of and provide for, and they just go above and beyond for us. I mean, I speak for myself and the team. We're just grateful and thankful for it, and we understand the process that they're going through, and things that they go through behind closed doors that can't be easy either, like dealing with scouting games that never happened. We had the new couple of games before that we were supposed to play. Now they had to scout for, and now they got to throw those scouts out and prepare for the next game. So I understand the fact that it takes a lot of work that we don't see personally, but I know it takes a lot of work to prepare for these games and have things ready for us and provide us with these things.
You've been in that dorm room quite a bit. What's one area of that dorm room that you've learned something about while being almost trapped in there, if you will, during a lockdown? What can you tell me about that and what you've been able to do away from the basketball court in that dorm room? Talk about it a little bit. What have you been doing?
Actually, I've understood the real meaning of rest now that I've been in my room. Like, I've been able to really rest, and I felt my body come out of the quarantine and felt like a brand new person. I understand, like, when we're playing on a normal schedule, it's constant. It's constant. You never notice how much rest you're missing until you have nothing but time to rest. And I think that's the biggest thing that I got out of all this quarantine is, like, understand that my body really needs to rest. So now I can kind of know that now during the regular season or when the season starts, how to implement more rest, because I know that's what my body needs.
That's it. That's an insightful answer. I'm glad I asked, because that is something that a lot of people probably don't even think about or take for granted unless they see you every single day on a day-to-day basis. But enough with the rest. You got a big game coming up against Temple. Best of luck on the opener, and then of course moving forward. Let's hope that despite what a crazy year 2020 is, we'll see a lot of success and a lot of happiness on the basketball court at the WEC in 2021.
Yes, sir. I hope you're right.
All right, go get him, San Antonio.
All right, man. Thank you.
That's San Antonio Brinson going into his senior year, and I'm Matt Provence. And once again, we thank you for watching this edition of the Highlander Sports Network.